Hi, welcome back to I Am Your Coach, the show on personal development and societal change. I'm Sascha, I'm your host, and as every month I've invited a thought expert to speak on two topics that interest us most: the status of the world and ourselves. So today I have with me Frederik Leloup. Frederik, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you for coming. To introduce you a little bit to our viewers, Frederik is called an entrepreneur in human development, and I've written it down because he's doing so many things, I really have to read them off the paper. So amongst others, he's a director at the Chamber of Commerce in Brussels. He's founder of about 10 companies and organizations, amongst which are Spirit of Change, which is working on leadership and working culture, Building Healthcare for Tomorrow, which is trying to change or revolutionize our medical system.
Absolutely.
You're the founder of a school, École de Dialogue, and you're also lecturer at the Catholic University of Louvain. And there are, of course, many more other things you're going to do.
And a lot of things you don't know. And I don't know. And I don't know because we never know what we do, actually.
Okay, great. So, Frederik, you seem to be a busy man. Why are you creating or founding or have been founding so many companies and organizations?
Well, I try not to be a busy man. I hate this concept of business, this ability to be busy.
Yeah.
It's a regression for me. It's a limitation of my human nature. I don't want to be busy.
Okay, in what sense?
I try to contribute. I try to use my identity, my uniqueness,
yes,
my talents, maybe. Some things. It's interesting to at the moment you understand that your talents are the things you do with laziness and pleasure.
Yes. Yeah.
You are at the earth of what it's right for you, and so it's years now that I try to do just what is easy for me to do. And I've discovered that I'm not a big worker, actually. Even if you read my CV, it seems that I'm a workaholic.
Yeah.
Not at all. I try to be 4 months a year on holiday. That's really important with my wife, to have time with my kids, and to be alive. Mm-hmm. That's the most important thing, because it's at the moment you're alive that you have this opportunity to be connected. To enter this in this confidence that you are free to work in an uncertain world, mm-hmm. seeing the problems, the complaints of people, of the systems as opportunities to make things with other tools, with other resources, with another business model. Yeah. And that's what I try to do in education, in health, etc. Unfortunately, I'm never alone. I'm always invited to join people with good ideas, with resources, and my only talents, my only talent, I believe, is my capacity to be a door, to open doors and to be a doors and to connect needs to resources. Mm-hmm. What else? Yeah. And it's quite easy. At least it's easy for me. And so I believe if it's easy for me, I have to take time for that.
So and it goes with what you said in the beginning. You say your talents are actually the things where you don't have to put any effort in it.
Exactly. Right? And so I invite every one of the people I work with to discover as fast as possible the easiness.
Yeah.
In life, we were educated to make efforts, to work, and to suffer. I don't believe it's the true. It is a good way to be alive. I had the opportunity, being a kid, to experiment sports, and especially sailing, competition sailing, at the highest level, till the international level, worldwide level, Olympic level, etc., etc. But from the age of I was 5 till my end of my studies of business engineer at the Catholic University of Leuven. I had the opportunity to be at the same time in a career of sport, of sailing. And it's interesting because after that, when I had the opportunity to share my experience with other top sports men and women, we share all the same view that the exception, the excellence is only available at the moment you're free, totally free, out of control. The question is not how to gain more control, it's how to leave the control, to be available to the situation at the moment it occurs, and to launch the scenario arriving at your mind.
Yeah.
And it depends on your connection to the precise moment you are living.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit contradictory, because on the other hand, sports is very competitive. You know, you're usually the people that go for high-level sports, professional or semi-professional sports. They're very driven. They really want to succeed. On the other hand, so they push themselves as well.
Yeah, at the beginning, you have I had and we have, I think, a really wrong view on competition. Competition is just a game. It's a possibility to collaborate together in a different point of view, to build an experiment together. That's competition. That's the real sense of competition. It's how to be better together.
Okay, to push each other.
Push each other. The question is not to kill the other. Never. You have to be my best competitor. The person pushing me at my highest level.
Yeah.
That's the point. And so I think that's the real sense of competition. I'm sure that if we try to find the etymology of competition, we'll find something interesting. Con is always with in Greek, in ancient Greek. Petition, I don't know, but it means it's a kind of collaboration. That's for sure. And sport, it's you are the it's a basic what I will say, but you are your main limit actually. And so the question is how to take profit of the competitor to develop and to pass through your limits. And your limits could be physical, emotional, mental, but most of all spiritual. Your ability to be connected or not to the moment, to the situation, to receive or not to receive the information you need or the intuition you need to
How important is that to you, to be connected to the moment?
For me, it's the nature of the human being. Its ability to be connected. The freedom we've received, it's this ability to be disconnected or not. And majority of people, unfortunately, in the culture we live in today, in Brussels, in Europe, in Occident, it's often a culture in which we are. Sorry, I've lost my point. Could you repeat the what we were speaking about? Sorry. So I was. It's interesting. It's a connection to something else. Yes. And bangs! I lost my. Right. No, it's not a problem. It means I have nothing interesting to say. Maybe.
No, it was like this capacity to be connected to the moment. How important is it to you as a person? Because you spoke about the spiritual aspect and to be connected.
Wait, so we have the freedom to be disconnected, and in our culture, we try so hard to work, to be good, to be a good father, to be a good friend, to be a good son, a good worker, a good boss, Actually, it's time to lose that. Just try to be yourself. It's enough. Each one of us is enough for the rest of the world. If we consider this very strong idea for me, this big intuition of humanity, we are all connected and we are part of the same body. So we are each one of us is totally essential for the body.
Yeah.
So no question to have if I'm important or not. I'm part of it.
Okay.
So just the problem we don't receive the response. What's my role being a part of the body? We don't know. You know, like the ear, the nose, they don't know they are near a nose of a ear. they have a function for my whole body, but no.
So for this sounds like we are all connected, we are all unique, but we are also all one because we are all connected to something bigger, which is indeed for many people a very spiritual concept. I mean, it's not very mainstream still. They're more and more.
And for me, spiritual, it's simple. And it's very this ability to feel the flow of life.
Yeah.
At the minimum, it's the flow of nature. If you're able going out, it's raining now at the moment.
Yes.
If we go out, you are able to feel the water on you. It's a kind of spirituality. You are directly connected, or the breeze, or something like that. So the question is how to increase our ability to be connected to the flow, at least the flow of the nature, and then the flow of the ideas, of the intuition, of the kind of love you can receive. At some moments, interesting. When I look at you looking at me, I see a lot more than somebody looking at me. I receive a lot of energy, and I don't know what it is. I have no explanation, but I receive something more in your interest than just a person making an interview.
Yeah.
And so I have the choice to be sensitive to that or not. And that's the point. I don't know if it's important, but I just know that for me, it's a source of energy.
How do you connect to yourself or to the flow? How do you?
By my 5 canals of sensation. What I see, what I hear, what I smell, what I taste, what I touch.
Yeah. So you try to be in the present moment.
Yeah, I've forgotten one. I've used the 5. So the five common sense.
Yes, thank you. But I'm surprised, because I was just saying, I think it's not mainstream still, this kind of thinking. And, well...
I believe it's really mainstream.
You think it has become mainstream?
Yeah. Because in my experience of coach, because I'm a professional coach, I really see that each time when people... It's strange, we each one of us are waiting for some authorization. I don't know why, but we need authorization to be alive and to be connected, etc., etc. And so I think that, and you're also a coach, a certified coach, I know, we are just there to let people be who they are and to embrace the possibilities they have. And as a professional coach, we just offer them the possibility to access to that, and we are nobody to give the authorization. We don't give the authorization. The person in front of us gives to himself the authorization to go on and to experiment something new or something different.
Yeah,
it's only that.
It's good that you're a coach that explains it, because if I look at your CV and I wouldn't know you because we know each other a little bit, I would think, oh look, he's an engineer, from his studies. He's a director at the Chamber of Commerce, and I would not expect, let's say, in the business world that there is so much yet realization of the thoughts that you just mentioned. Be in the moment, connect to the flow, be aware that you are unique, but you're part of something bigger. It's not necessarily what we see in the world, right? I mean, if I look at the status of the world, like climate change, exploitation, and so on everywhere, I still don't see that necessarily as a mainstream thought, in the sense that we are all aware of it and we live it.
Yeah, I understand that. It's not expressed, but I see. It's not expressed, but it's mainstream for me.
Okay.
It's my belief. It's not true. I like to believe that in depth, each person has this willingness to be connected and to be free, and to deeply connected in his unicity.
And this is also coming back a little bit on all the things you're doing, because there's a huge bandwidth of things you're doing. There's healthcare, there is finance, there is education, of course. So what is, let's say, the red line that is going through all this?
The human being.
The human being.
I don't believe I have to be an expert in anything except the the try to be more human.
This is what you're trying to bring out with these companies and the organizations.
Yes. And that's why I'm deeply interested also in the spiritual traditions. I have the opportunity to meet. I work a lot with the Muslims. I'm very interested to work with some rabbi in the Jewish tradition to understand the way they think, what they see, what they believe. It's an amazing source. The spiritual tradition is an amazing source of inspiration for me, and even conviction being not spiritual, I'm very interested, and I like a lot to develop and to think with libre penseur, free thinkers, and people being with a very strong spirituality, but without any religious tradition. I like it very much, and so there is a space for dialogue. Being very interesting to explore it. So I didn't tell you that I had the opportunity to found also an organization named Face to Faith, Face the tradition to the face of people, face to faith, being a space to have a space for safe dialogue and to try to not to debate. The debate is a fight. Dialogue is etymologically it's a try to go through dialogos, through the speech of the other. So it's taking the time, like a coach, to listen and to try to understand and asking for explanation in the word and ideas that the person expresses in front of you. So even if the person in front of you expresses very difficult things for you, because it's position you can't accept, for me, all what is about exclusion of people, I try always to have a reflex to be in the inclusion. I don't know, we are richer including the diversity of life than excluding the diversity of life. So for me, it's common sense. But fortunately, I have in front of me a lot of people expressing the reverse. It's interesting to try to take the time to understand their points without judging. They have good reason to promote exclusion. But it's difficult. For me, my common sense doesn't accept. Except if I take time to listen.
Yeah, because my normal reaction would be to say, okay, I cannot accept this. This is why I find it interesting that you say you're so much into religion or religious thought.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of negative talk about, doesn't matter if it's the Catholic Church and the problems they have, or about Islam and what it brings to the world. So there's actually a lot of talking and a lot of negative thought about religion, and you're saying it's a very good source of inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's because I had the opportunity, I invite you and people listening to us at some moment to have the courage to take a new view on their familial tradition or inherited tradition, to try to renew it totally, not especially with the words of the digniture of the religion, the parents or the imam or the curé or that's not the point. At the moment, I had the opportunity at the moment to reinvent my relations. I'm Christian, the relation to my religion, and so doing that, I was as interested to my religion than to the rest. And I don't tell you that for me it's the same. It's not the same. It's totally different, and it has value because there are different experience of life and human being nature expressed by different words. Of course, we are forced and fortunately to see that we share so many things in their spirituality, intuitions, and that's quite normal. It seems that we are connected to the same thing, basically at some moment. But it doesn't mean that the religions are the same. I don't believe it. They are very original. So, like people are not the same. People are unique. Religions are unique. And so we have to respect and to embrace each religion as a unique expression of spirituality, of human spirituality. And it's very interesting, even in each religion, there are so many ways to express the common body of Islam, the common body of Christianity, the common body of Jewish tradition.
But personally, you would say this is rather something positive than saying, okay, but there should be no religion at all, better, and we all focus on our common humanity, let's say, or philosophy.
For me, it's a catastrophe. We have to. I hope that we'll never have a mainstream, a common body of resources for all of us. Because there is no truth. We have no access to the final truth. We intend to. We try to. We believe that there is something current, something right, something making that we are alive, and without our control. We are alive without our control. It's interesting to see that. Of course, we have a common point. We have something, a kind of uniqueness somewhere or nowhere. I don't know. That's the point. And I don't know if it's something or if it's nothing. Jewish like to say God is nothing. It's not a thing. By nature, is a both thing. God, for them, a rabbi teach me that God doesn't exist, of course. He's above what is existing by nature. So God doesn't exist. It's something we can't mention. We have testimony, we have received words, inspired words, by authorized or not authorized people. It's interesting also. And so we discover that by our diversity, a lot of human beings are connected to the big picture with very different kinds, different experience. And it's very interesting, it's very nice. And to be totally open to that, because there is no, in that field, there is no truth to find. Just life to experiment.
So that is why the dialogue is so important.
Yes, for me it's and that's why the school we've created here in Molenbeek, Anderlecht, this part of Brussels, it's named School for Dialogue. So how to teach to the kids. We for the moment we have kids from 8 to 18 years, being 8 to 18 years. And in September we begin with kids from 2.5, 3 years old. Okay, that's funny. So we cover the range, and we want to let them experiment and very quickly above the traditional content of schools in mathematics and literature and languages, blah blah, etc. So to have this ability to be educated, to be amazed of the uniqueness, the unicity of the person in front of you, and his ability to listen.
Okay. How do you do that? What is the quintessence of your school, or what do you wanna bring forward in this young people?
We have different things. We believe that the question is not only what you have to know at school, like the traditional courses. The question is how to arrive at the age to be a young adult, at the age of 18, to be happy to be who you are. That's the most important things. To have a big confidence in your ability to learn, to listen, to learn, and to develop yourself, because you've received all what you need to listen and to live your life. It's very important. So to have this big freedom. It doesn't mean that you are. It's easy in all the fields, but it's possible in all the fields. In some of them, you think, okay, it's easier for me in that field because I had the opportunity to have a good experience. But like, for example, people being good, having good results in mathematics, they are no good in mathematics. They will be good in mathematics at the moment they will have a PhD in mathematics, a Nobel Prize of mathematics, and they will change the rule of mathematics. That's to be good in mathematics.
Okay.
For the rest, it's just an experiment. And so the question of the adult being there in that school, it's not to take time to teach mathematics to the kids. It's to be there to analyze how quick is the kid in the learning of mathematics, and if it's easy for him to go on in that field, is to use the strategy the kid naturally use to learn mathematics in literature, in languages, in the other field, in science, and other fields. So in our school, we don't lose the time of the kids with teacher taking their time to give lessons.
Okay.
Because if you give lessons to 25 kids at the same time, you oblige them to learn at the same speed, and of course you have a big part of the class. It's too fast for them, or it's too slow for the rest, and some of them in the middle are at the right level. But it takes a lot of time, a lot of money. You have to pay a lot of adults being specialized in each part to be able to be interesting adults, to inspire and to teach contents a kid could integrate and show that through to tests is able to catch a part of this content. In our case, a kid arrives the Monday morning, and a kid arrives and he has to define his targets for the week in the 7 basic subjects. And so in mathematics, I will reach that level. We have a big board on the wall with the name of all the kids. So we have one class actually. There's no more class. It was one class, one location, and each kid defines the objective he will reach at the end of the week, and the adult, he has to explain that to an adult. The adult asks, how do you know that you'll reach that level?
Yeah.
Why not this one or this one? Why do you stop at yourself? Because the kid has an access to the question of the test. The question is intelligent enough to let the kids not learning by heart the response.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
it's actually also asking from the kids to be very responsible and
Yeah,
autonomous.
and it doesn't work at the beginning. So the main indicator for us is this acquisition of autonomy, this ability to define a goal, to define the means he needs to reach that goal, and to work and to take the resources to reach that goal at the time he decides to reach that goal. So that's real autonomy. Yeah. That's really important. So we need adults not to teach, but to be able to support the kids to do it each week, each day, each morning. The kid has to define the objective of the day. He has no time to lose for the rest, and he will work alone with the resource he will take for that goal. The resource could be a book. We have all the most interesting school books in all the fields coming from Canada, Switzerland, France, Belgium. Main part of our schools are in French. Or they use, I'll see on the board that Sascha in mathematics is 10 levels above me. So I will ask to Sascha, I will ask to you to book, or I will book in your agenda 15 minutes to explain me that material, and you'll be the examinator for the test.
Yeah. Yes.
And so each kid is the support of the other, the examinator of the other. So it means that at the moment I ask you to explain me something, you need a very good competence, a lot more than just to understand the content of the course, to be able to turn around me and to discover that I'm stupid because I'm not like you, and so I will not understand the material like you understood it. So you have to find my door to enter in me, and that's a good learning. That's the most important thing. Part of the dialogue process is to try to find the door, to pass a message, to pass a content.
You also understand that everybody is different and works and understands on it.
And so the adults are also there to support the young teachers to find the way and to find the ways to let you succeed in teaching me something in 10 minutes. That's the point. Of course, our kids are connected to internet, So we work a lot with the Khan Academy. I don't know if you know the Khan Academy in internet. Khan Academy is there are videos essentially on sciences explaining everything in 10 minutes.
Okay.
And so they take a lot of resources. They construct the days, and each one at the moment they do something, they decide to pass the test. And if they have a success at minimum at 80%, the test is considered as successful. And actually, it's not a successful or an échec,
a failure.
A failure. It's not a success or a failure. It's just acquired or not acquired. So there is no judgment. It's really important because at the moment you are free of judgments. At the moment you pass the test or you don't pass the test, you are free to pass the test. You are happy to pass a test because if you don't pass it, there is nobody to tell you are a stupid guy because the others succeeded. And that's not the case because you are alone to pass this test at this moment. You're alone to pass the test. So there is no social judgment. There is no individual judgment from the teacher, and you have the possibility to pass this test as many times as you need to succeed. And that let people that our kids are really professional in passing tests all the days, and they have actually no stress about exams, about tests, that's just normal for them to evaluate the acquisition of content. It's just that. And so that's the point. And so we try to educate them a lot on not only on the question of the things to know, but the know-how to do things, the know-how to behave, and the how to know how to be alive. So the spiritual part is quite important because we are lucky enough to have a big diversity of kids in the same schools, diversity of age, diversity of tradition, diversity of education, of familial education. Some of them are coming from parents being highly educated, and others are coming from parents with very low education in the social terms, but often having amazing competence in other things. So education is not school education, right? It's experiment of life, and each one of us have an experimentation of life, that's for sure.
Very interesting, Frederik. I have to say we're already coming to an end, unfortunately, of the interview. I could continue certainly for another hour.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
on different topics. If there's one, I'm always asking if there's one message or something you would like to let other people know what they should know or apply in their life, or what you think is important, what would that be?
Life is a huge opportunity, and all the resources are available. If somebody complains to you about something, it means that this person has an emotion on a request, a demand he has. Mm-hmm. He has a need, and he expresses a need through a complaint. Okay, so if there is a need, there is an opportunity. So each complaint is an opportunity. So if you are free enough, if you are cool enough to let people expressing complaints, you will see a lot of opportunities in the life, because people complaining are the same people having the resources to find to develop the opportunity they claim by the complaint.
Okay,
so
great.
Take time to listen and to receive the opportunities. I believe we are gifted in the sense we receive a lot of gifts at each moment of our life, if we are ready to receive the gifts. If we don't want, we have also this freedom to refuse the gifts. So you decide.
Great, Frederik. Thank you very much. That was very interesting.
Cool.
Thank you very much for listening to I Am Your Coach. I hope to see you next time. I'm Sascha and I'm your coach.